Hey everybody, XJoey1X, and on the tubes today, I'm going to start up my 1966 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. I will put a link in the description of all the Corvette videos that I have to date. It is January 2025, and I think it's a whopping 11 to 18 degrees outside. I'm not going to start it in here and leave the garage closed because that's stupid. And on the right is a common wall. So why would I do that to the house? I'm going to remove the cover. I'm going to remove the trickle charger that's on your left with the yellow cord. And then I'll come right back. What you're going to see or hear is the fact that this is a carbureted vehicle, which means that the fuel cell or fuel tank is in the rear. And if you just crank it, there's no gas in the carburetor. So you have to press the accelerator pedal all the way down to the floor. Now what happens is it's, I believe it's called gravity fed. So after a couple of months, the fuel tends to go from the carburetor back down and kind of drip into the fuel cell. And now you have absolutely no fuel in the carburetor. So what you do is you get about 10 to 15 pumps, because now as you're pumping, there's a device that makes the air kind of like a primer, brings fuel down into the tube, back into the carburetor, enough to ignite. And then it'll hiccup, it'll burp, it'll fart, and then eventually it'll run smooth. And then I'll back it up and I'll let it run. While it's running off camera, I'm going to just clean up the garage. But that has nothing to do with the Corvette. There's stuff and leaves but anyway, so that's that. So I'm going to take the cover off. I'm going to disconnect the trickle charge. I'm going to open up the garage door, and then I'm going to go. I cannot leave the hood open and back the car up because it will hit the garage door. Or maybe it won't. Whatever. I don't feel like doing that. But I will stay this angle, and we will crank it over. Okay. Well, this should be fun. Once I open that door, it's cold. Whew. I'm going to be ready. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm ready. Oh, now it broke. It's a very sensitive door, and I have regular generic Home Depot buttons. So I feel like they get wonky. Okay. Yeah, maybe it would clear, but nah, I'm not worried about it clearing. This is a turnkey car. Okay? Sits in the garage. The door is opened and closed throughout the duration of every day, give or take. Sometimes if it's nice out, you leave it open. Sometimes if it's icy out, like right now, your family goes through the garage, so you don't have to worry about the steps. Anyway, and I'm not worried about anything right this second unless it explodes. Tire pressure, brakes, whatever, everything's going to work. I'm backing it out. I'm going to hit pause. Maybe I'll bring you a little bit closer. We'll see. And I'm cleaning the floor. I'm letting it run for 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe. I don't even know. And then it's coming back in. That's it. I'll leave the garage door open a little bit. Let the car cool off. Let the gas and oil or whatever, all the smells go out the house. And that's it. Okay? Hit like, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. And this should be a good angle. It is freezing. Ready? 10 degrees this morning. Maybe it's now. Is this considered a cold start? Yes. Is it considered that a really bad cold start because it sat in the garage? No. That's the difference. It's only getting acclimated to the outside right now. I have a heater on, that's irrelevant because the door's open. Clear the car, walk around. Oh. There's nothing behind the tires. There's nothing under the car. There's nothing that's going to stop it from moving other than good sign. The light turned on. There's battery. Ah! Oh. Getting too old. All right. The key's in. We're going to do, actually I'm going to take the parking brake off. Sorry. Take it out of first. Oh, it's stuck. Oh yeah, that gear oil's really schmutzy. No gear, no parking brake. If I was to start it in first gear, it would lurch forward and, want to go. All right, I'm going to do 10 pumps to the floor. Here we go. As it's turning, I'm going to give it 5 to 8 until it catches. So that was 20 pumps. I did 10 and 10. So now I'm going to crank it. It's going to want to start. I'm going to do 1, 2 pumps. I'm going to, feather it. But it's going to run. That 10 dry pumps, 10 cranking pumps. crank it down with the accelerator rod under the hood. Pause, we'll see, and we'll come back. All right, I'll bring it back in. I think this should be a good angle. You know, I noticed something too. Like, carbureted cars don't like to be idling. They overheat. Now, the hood's open and it's 10 degrees, but from this angle, maybe you could see it too. I got two drips. Could be anything. See that shiny spot? See those two penny shining spots? I'll go over when I bring the car in. But that could be anything. That could be that it hasn't been ran. That could, well, whatever. All right, we're gonna bring it in, rev it a little bit, get it hot, and that's it. Just get out of the way here. Might have to back it up once or twice, get it on the pads, because my little jack here makes me put it the right way. But yeah, this is as much. And then when the doors open, the leaves and everything, it's like a vortex, so it's freaking annoying. It's a little off. It's hard to be perfect. Now I pop the hood. This is every time. Just get the hot air and the combustible material just... Now let's go handheld. Let's go see what that stuff is. Whether it's gear oil or regular oil. Right around here. Let's put your finger on it before it freezes. Well, that's not engine oil. Because it would be honey. Or maybe. I'll wipe it down on a napkin. This is not where the engine is, so... Huh. But it's not where the engine is. The engine is... Well, yeah, maybe. Listen, if you're not ran for 6 months, 4 to 6 months, you're gonna leak. Yep, she got up to operating temp. That's prime operating temp. Before it's really hot out, or if you're driving for more than a half hour. Obviously no pressure, battery, and that's how much gas. As soon as the weather breaks, I do have to get more gas. We're not getting gas when the roads are salty and shitty. So I think that's going to wrap this up. I'm going to sweep out whatever, shut the door, let the heat kick in again, clean up, and that's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe. And that was the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray startup in 10-degree weather, at least 20. All right. Take it easy.